So it's the 22nd of April today. It's week 5, I think, of lockdown. I wasn't well last time and I felt in really low mood, and it took a long time to recover. And recovering really from low mood meant just relaxing, just letting it go, surrendering, not trying too hard to contain myself, not trying too hard to do anything. Return to the things that help me be in the zone, the things that give me the most pleasure. Being outside in my garden, which I'm lucky enough to have. Reading fiction books, which I absolutely love and always have done and haven't done for so many years. It's been an absolute joy, and finding joy in just surrendering to what gives me comfort has been really powerful. And I've come out the other side thinking less about listening to myself and really thinking about listening to the people who support me. And I've noticed in my listening the undercurrents of anxiety in the people who are closest to me. And however resilient we are, it's affecting us as a family as much as it's affecting the whole population. It's really evident in everything I read, see and hear, that we want answers, we're feeling anxious, we need to know what's going to happen next. In that classic change resistance, that classic change reaction that we see in the workplace all the time. What's in it for me? What does this mean for me? What's going to happen to me? This is a massive question for us all as we've learned to cope with lockdown, and we're now thinking about, is this going to be all right after lockdown, or isn't it going to be all right? Am I going to be a winner or a loser here? What's going to happen to my investments, my pension, my long-term job security? All of these questions, I think, are in all of us, and even the most resilient amongst us in many ways must have those questions. And so I've been listening to pay attention to that, and to just be a place where my nearest and dearest can let some of that out, because I think it's important that whilst we're resilient, part of that is being able to talk about things. It's not holding on. And I've been thinking about listening in the workplace and how difficult that is remotely. And I was reflecting on the challenge of dealing with making sure everybody feels heard in a remote setting. And I've been thinking about how we can do that more effectively as leaders, in our one-to-ones with people and checking on people's well-being. And I came back to something I often talk about with clients, which is talking about the what rather than the how. So when wanting to connect with feelings and give people a sense that they're being heard and that we're there to see if we can help meet their needs and be supportive. If we want somebody to feel seen, we talk about what. So rather than how are you feeling, what are you feeling? Rather than how are you coping, what do you feel needs to happen in order that you can cope? So what questions invite reflection, they invite connection, they invite relating and curiosity, where I think our usual question of how are you feeling allows people to just kind of skate over the surface, and it allows us to skate over the surface and move on to solutions very quickly. So focus on the what's, I think, what resonates, what matters, what's important, what are you feeling, rather than the logical questions around what do we need to do. I think that's really important. In the team setting, where we need to make sure everybody's voice is heard when we try to grapple with data and information, decide what to prioritise, make our decisions and make plans. We want everybody's ideas and everybody's voice to be heard. That's really, really difficult in a large group setting. And I know that for leaders and chairs of meetings, having 15 people on a call, or 10 people or 5 people on a call, is really, really difficult, with hesitations and pauses and whose turn is it, and managing different personality and preferences with introverts and extroverts, making sure people can voice their anxieties but that we hold the meeting and we're able to return to task. Really difficult stuff. And it's brought to mind Nancy Kline's listening meetings. So listening conversations, listening meetings. Nancy Kline's ideas have been around for a long time, but I think they could be a really outstanding framework for people really challenged with this at the moment. So that's a place to go and look if you're thinking about the realities of the remote working activities in a team. So I hope those practicalities are a bit of help. Listening makes us feel better as well as making other people feel better. So rather than jumping into answering the question what, spending enough time on listening to people to make sure they feel heard, I think is the key at the moment. I hope that's helpful for you. It's been great for me to feel that I'm being listened to. So have a good week.